back to dynamic combat entertainment right here at the Chaosium. Brought to you by Dirndle Grinder's Nasty Snacks. Stick your head in. This evening has brought thrills and kills beyond measure, but nothing can rival the gut-busting, nut-thrusting, high-octane locomotive that's sliding into Heart-Stop Junction as we speak.
The Killbillies.
Brought to you by Hill People brand free-range organic gluten-free moonshot, now with 36% less blindness.
Circle the Dice Box.
Brought to you by Dirndle Grinder's all-new Grundle Gum. Taste the taint.
Ready to turn their tongue lashings into real ones.
Brought to you by Ted's Turgid OJ. The J stands for juice.
Okay, come on. You can't sponsor a beatdown.
Brought to you by the Wish Upon a Whippin' Foundation, giving sick kids their final wish.
Oh, well, that's kind of nice.
In the form of a foot in the butt, give your terminal child the gift of their tragically brief lifetime, as their heroes brutalize their feeble, underdeveloped frames into submission.
Good lords.
The Wish Upon a Whippin' Foundation does not advocate for euthanasia. All curb stompings are administered under the watchful eye of trained battle clerics. Do not attempt to lay the smackdown at home.
Look, let's just start the fight. Go ahead.
Brought to you by Whisker World's Kitten Catastrophe Exhibit. Tickets on sale now. The crowd goes wild.
Dush.
Blood, please.
What? We deserve this.
This is a hype combat. A little different from what you're used to. This is going to be a 6-round maximum combat. Your job is to gain as many favorability points, popularity points, entertainment points, whatever you want to call them, as possible. There is a target number that you will get an impression of based off of how well the audience is reacting. The way this is going to work is every single one of your attacks, if it hits, gets 1 extra point. After that, you get an additional point if you smack-talked during your round, used a signature move, did a good job of describing yourself, and as long as your damage doesn't exceed 10 times the number of rounds we've been in combat, you get another point for that as well. You get 2 times your points on a critical. You get negative 2 times your points on a critical failure. You get 2 times your points when you use your finisher. Keep an eye out for those, folks. You will lose a point if you use a non-damage dealing action, such as a buff, heal, etc. You will get a point deducted if you run or avoid a fight. Holding an action also nets you a negative 1 point. And if you are knocked out, you get negative 5 points. You also each get 3 special actions, which I described to you earlier. Feel free to use them at your leisure. And finally, if you are knocked out, you will immediately roll all your death saves right up front. If you fail, you are out of the fight. If you succeed, but have any failures on those rolls, you come back at 1 HP and conscious. And if you succeed completely with no failures, you're back on your feet with half your health. This also applies for your opponents. Think of this as pinning them. And to kick this bad boy off, Michael, what's our initiative order?
First, we have the Infinite Jester at 25. Step Dan blazing through at a 22. We have the Arena on a 20. Then we have Fleabag at 19. Flaricles at 19. Riptide at 19, in that order. Battle Axe at 18. The Whaler at 15. And the Piss Sheet at 11.
Hey, nobody said piss. It was just heavily implied. All right, let's kick off the initiative with
the Infinite Jester.
The Infinite Jester is going to lean up against the ropes and propel himself forward towards Battle Axe Berkowitz.
Oh, shit. Whenever you use the ropes, that is to say when you're adjacent to the ropes, you can add 10 feet to your movement as long as you move in a straight line towards another rope.
Okay. While being launched by the ropes, the Infinite Jester is going to continue juggling the heads, and when it gets close to Battle Axe Berkowitz, you should set a good example for your children and die.
Oh, nasty.
The Infinite Jester is then going to pull from his sleeve a tiny little battle axe, probably the size of a pencil, and start charging, at which point shadows are going to manifest in between Battle Axe and the boy in yellow. And Nepet appears with a battle axe of shadow that keeps growing and growing and growing. We are executing the copycat killer.
Ooh, God, I love it.
So, the Infinite Jester is going to remark at the size of the battle axe, toss it towards the crowd, and then pick up one of the heads off of the air and stab Brenda.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll me the attack.
That is a 27 to hit.
That definitely hits.
My knife is going to do 6 points of damage. Wait, I'm level 8 now. So I have the Piercer feat. So I get to re-roll one of my attack die. It's a 1 still. So that is 7 points of damage.
Excellent. You did your smack talk. You did under the target number. You got your signature and a description. That's just perfect. And a hit.
Now, Nepet, with his oversized battle axe, is just going to keep growing and growing and growing until he cannot support the weight, and it is going to fall on top of the boy in yellow.
I love it.
That is going to do 6 points of necrotic damage.
Thank you.
And as she reacts to the little shaving I gave her, I'm going to use my bonus action to 2-weapon fighting
Ooh.
to make another dagger attack as a bonus action.
I love it. Lay it on me.
That is a 24 to hit
Definitely hits.
for 1 point of damage.
Love that offhanded bonus.
All right. You only get 1 point because it is just an extra attack.
Yes. Oh, sorry. It's a magical weapon because it is poise or rationality. It's probably rationality. 2 points of damage.
Woo!
Big money.
That is 6 points from Gaspar. Well done.
I can see the rest of my time.
After the Infinite Jester is Step Dan.
All right, Step Dan rolls up his mechanical sleeves, which looks kind of like dryer tubing. Squaring his chest and putting on a brave face, he stomped towards Riptide.
I'm like to interrupt you there.
Okay.
As we are level 8, Hal has picked up the Polearm Master feat along with Sentinel, which means as soon as he comes within 10 feet, Riptide whips out with his trident and says, "Whoa, careful, dude. Don't trip on the reef." And I'd like to make an attack when you enter my melee range. Does 21 hit Step Dan?
21 does hit.
All right. Step Dan will take, I don't know why I'm announcing this. I'm tracking damage. Step Dan will take 9 points of damage and have his speed immediately reduced to 0.
Ooh, shit.
Unable to come adjacent to me.
Interesting.
Damn, Daniel.
Same.
Sorry to interrupt your turn there. I just thought that would be relevant.
No, it is relevant.
He did activate your trap card.
So he can't reach for a grapple, could he?
Not unless he's got reach.
Very good. So he's going to change his action, and he's going to grab at the halberd that just hit him and attempt to rip it out of your hand.
Ooh, okay.
Children should not play with sharp toys.
So I guess opposed athletics to give it a yankaroonie.
That tracks for me.
That seems fair. I'm not raging.
You're making me improvise here.
I'm not raging yet, so I don't have advantage.
Oh, no.
What did you roll?
A 1.
So did I.
That gives me a 9.
Oh, it's athletics, isn't it?
Both the father and the son are disappointing.
Hal only has +6 to athletics, so my 1 is a 7.
Oh, hold up. No. Because I go, one's an automatic failure. It doesn't matter what you get or how well you get it. It's an automatic failure. Given that the both of you are so fucking incompetent that you can't even handle a simple weapon, you are basically tug-of-warring this halberd. And as you do, the tension builds, and both of you end up releasing at the wrong fucking moment. And Step Dan hurls the halberd backwards, striking the flea bag, the dog which stands behind him. Hal, I want you to go ahead and roll me an attack check against the dog.
Okay. Make it like an attack roll.
Yep.
23.
That's a hit.
Should I roll damage with my strength bonus or Dan's strength bonus?
Use Dan's strength bonus for this bad boy.
That's a 5.
Okay. That's 7 damage to Fleabag
Awesome.
from his stepdad.
So you have in fact been disarmed, but
Yes.
You also hurt something, which means both of you failed so hard, you kind of both succeeded.
So Fleabag takes 7 damage from his stepdad.
I heard stepdeath.
Stepdad.
Which, I mean, really, if you did kill the dog, that is the stepdeath.
But yeah, you end Dan, the legal guardian's turn.
Hal narrows his eyes and goes, "Nobody rips the riptide." After Stepdan is the arena, the crowd.
The crowd is excited, but not thrilled. You could be doing a lot better. At current, you have 8 points.
Following the audience, it's Fleabag.
Marvelous.
Fleabag is going to do a very strange canine leap into the ropes, vaulting itself at top speed towards Wusha. But at the last second, he stops dead in his tracks and snaps at Hal's ankles.
Whoa.
Executing his signature move, Houndstooth.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
This triggers pack tactics because he is now adjacent to his legal guardian. Oh, does he have to be adjacent to you?
I think that's how pack tactics works, is another ally has to be adjacent.
Okay. So what he's going to do is, as he's lurching forward with his first attack, he's going to use a push on Stepdan to shove him into Hal. And Stepdan's not going to contest it at all, so he just gets shoved 5 feet forward.
That's teamwork.
And since he has multi-attack, he's going to use his second one to execute Houndstooth and chomp into the Riptide. Advantage. Critical.
Whoa. Whoo.
What did dog do? The damage. This is the damage coming in from the Schnapp. 17 piercing damage, which unfortunately breaks the threshold of 10 for the round. But the good news is, because he's a giant dog, he gets to try to trip you.
Okay.
Opposed athletics versus a trip.
Got it.
Dog got 17.
Hal rolled a natural 20 for a total of 26.
Dog.
Is that
That's all the dog do.
after Fleabag? It's Flaricles.
Flaricles levels her gaze at the yellow sheet. Tell me, art thou a metalhead? Let's put it to the test. Flaricles is going to charge forward, sprinting into the yellow sheet and headbutting him.
I love it.
Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit, unfortunately. You dive headlong at Hester, the yellow sheet. And as you do, it's impossible, but he almost seems to move away from you. But there's nowhere he could go. He's up against the ropes. It's as if where you thought he wasn't there at all.
It's like a piss yellow conquistador.
The heat of it is warping light.
As he moves out of the way, Flaricles finds herself running into the ropes behind him and getting thrown in the other direction.
After Flaricles, it's Riptide. Surrounded now by 2 enemies and unarmed. This is not the best situation, it must be said.
But the audience loves it.
It's true, the audience does.
The drama.
Yeah.
What are the odds that the halberd is still sticking out of the dog as it ran up?
I'm going to say it clattered onto the floor. I'm going to go ahead and put a marker for it.
All right, that's fair. On Riptide's turn, he's going to look at the 2 people surrounding him and say, 2 on 1 doesn't seem very fair, but maybe I can drag you down. And I'm going to activate my Whirlpool signature move, reflavoring my Radiant Consumption ability to be nautical themed. A swirling vortex of water, in heavy finger quotes, erupts around Hal, damaging all enemies within 10 feet. They both take.
I'm also within 10 feet, if I'm not mistaken, so I would take it too.
I believe you actually will, yes.
That's fine.
They both take 4 radiant damage.
While that is damage dealing, it is not an attack. You don't get any negative points, but you don't get the point for the hit. You do, however, get a point for the smack talk, and you do get a point for the signature move.
Very nice. As a bonus action, Riptide rages. And I think I'm going to stay here for now.
Sounds good.
Yeah. This concludes my turn and brings us to Battle Axe Brenda.
What's that girl up to?
What did Axe do?
All right, you turds, get your action ready and take these boys out. You hear me? If you don't do this, you ain't got dinner tonight.
She's going to use her special ability, Nag. to give a bless to all of her party members,
Hey.
Mama bless.
which is her bonus action. She is then going to use Tough Love, which is her multi-attack. She turns to Gaspar and begins wailing away at him with her battle axe.
Hey, the wailing's his job.
That's a 2, an 11, and a natural 1. You've been perpetually juggling since the moment you've entered the ring. And so when she swings at the head she thinks is the real one, she actually swings at the wrong one, leaving herself wide open to a disarm. Go ahead and roll me an opposed attack check.
That is a 23.
She rolled another 2. So you're good. You managed to pull the battle axe out of her hand. By what method?
As BB is distracted by the clashing of our weapons, Gaspar? No. Gaspar no longer. The infinite jester is going to tap her on the shoulder and make her look the other way before disarming her.
Okay, how does that get her to drop the axe, though?
She turns around, and then I'm going to pull it out of her hands.
Okay, just a good old-fashioned
Yeah.
yank. Fair enough. Your flawless distraction and her own natural confusion over the numerous heads flying in front of her, you do manage to pull the battle axe out of her hand and onto the ground. Give me a sleight of hand check to work it into your juggle.
Ooh. That's unwieldy. That is a 15.
That is enough, and I'm going to go ahead and give you 2 points for that particular success because of the unbelievable flair. That is her entire turn.
After that stunning display of competence, it's the Wailer.
Running to the opposite corner, the Wailer is going to hop over the ropes, but keep his feet on the mat. He's going to take his harpoon and put it against the rope and pull the rope back, shouting out,
Usually I'm the one who brings the old hooker, but you've got a spare.
and I'm going to let go of my harpoon, launching it at the dog using my signature move, Old Hooker.
Oh, I fucking love it. Okay, roll me the attack. God, I hope this fucking hits.
Oh, I'm going to use my bonus action to hit it with an ensnaring strike, too. Excuse me.
Fair enough.
That's a 9.
That is not going to hit, so you miss the scaling and you miss the attack, but boy, howdy, did you nail everything else. I'm giving you an extra point because of the unbelievable flair on that one.
Thank you. With that being my magic spear, it is going to whiff and miss, which is totally fine because I lean back as it reappears and go for a second volley.
Awesome. I ain't lost one yet.
Mildly better. 17.
That definitely hits.
Sweet. And that is going to be 10 damage on the nose.
I love it. That is a hit, and you are within scaling. You're doing great.
Not the nose. That's where dogs sniff.
That's the balls of the face.
With Ensnaring Strike cast, which stays on a weapon until it hits, our dear friend dog needs to make me a strength saving throw.
Oh, Reggie.
Saving, is there any difference in its saves and its rolls? Nope, I guess not.
Depends on if it's using Geico.
So that's 16.
16 will beat my 12 DC.
Hooray.
As the spear nails the dog in the shoulder, a net is going to burst out like an old salty fisherman's trap. But the dog will easily break free from its grasp.
That's a net loss.
My spear comes back to me and my turn's over.
Following the Wailer's turn, it's the Sheet.
Beautiful.
You give that axe back to my mommy. That's a special axe. That's the one she used for good whoopings.
I love the sheet so much. He slithers forward, rolling around Pentecost, staying close to her and getting even closer to his mother and Gaspar. As he does so, a gush of liquid pours out from underneath him, ever so gently. And as it does, it turns jet black. From it, tentacles rise and begin lashing and thrashing, battering everyone nearby.
That's okay, honey. You do what you gotta do.
He uses arms of Bladar.
We hate it.
I hate him so much.
All creatures within 10 feet of him must make a strength saving throw. That's a natural 20 for the battle axe.
Ooh, mama knows.
That's a 19 for Gaspar.
17 for Flericles.
The difficulty was 16, so everybody succeeds, but nevertheless, he's dumping this bad boy. He's coming down with 4 d6. 2 6s, plus a 6 and a 5. Holy shit.
God damn.
This kid's got the heat.
Piss boy fucks.
You don't need to say that, though. I'm pretty sure you don't need to say that. That's 23 damage, half for everybody. Then that's necrotic for everyone that it matters to.
That does matter. I thought it was going to be acidic because of all the yellow.
Deftly put.
After the sheet, it will be the Infinite Jester's turn at the start of a new round. Our second round.
The Infinite Jester is used to being pissed on, I guess, because I've got necrotic resistance. Turning over back to BBB, I realized there's 3 Bs.
Just like every other man, after seeing what you have to give, I am going to leave. You should reflect on that.
The Infinite Jester is then going to take the disengage bonus action,
Okay.
bump off of those ropes once more, and head towards Riptide. Still juggling.
Okay.
Once next to that melee, I'm going to exclude the battle axe from my juggling routine and have it land at Riptide's feet. And as the dog is distracted by mid-air balls, I'm going to take one of those and slash it across the face.
Nice. I'm going to go ahead and give you 1 for the description, but I'm going to take away 2 because you are doing multiple actions that are not damage dealing.
That is 26 to hit.
That definitely hits.
It has a dog AC.
It has Doug AC? All right. Now, do I sneak attack? That is 18 points of piercing damage.
That is just under the mark, which means you do get an extra point for that. You also get a point for the hit. No signature moves, you don't get that point, and the description was solid, so we're giving you that.
All right.
So, Nep, you gained 1 point.
All right.
And you gave Halifon a weapon.
Yep. I'm armed again.
You got away from the piss.
I bestow to you the Battle X.
After the Infinite Jester, it's Step Dan.
Beautiful.
It's Step Dan time. Okay, so he's going to attempt to execute what he failed horribly last turn. He's going to start by grabbing you around the collar and pulling you in for a reverse headlock. So
All
he's
right.
just initiating a grapple by trying to hit your AC.
All right.
He just needs to roll to hit on this one.
okay.
You can break free at any time. Yeah, 25
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah.
All right, so that doesn't deal any damage, but when he grabs you around, his hand that has this circular shield on it rotates inward, and he executes his signature move, the Disciplinary. And he says,
I do this because I love you.
and then spank, 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 just slaps your ass a few times.
Jesus.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Sweet. You take 12 bludgeoning to the backside.
All right. I reduced that to 6 because I'm raging now.
I love it.
And then he's just going to maintain his grapple. He's got you in like a nice reverse headlock. His shield is like smoldering from the impact. And that's the end of the Legal Guardian's turn.
All right. Step Dan over. It's the audience.
Hot damn. They are very excited. You would say they're on their way to having a good goddamn time tonight. However, it's not enough for the producers. The center of the ring opens up, and from it, a saw blade manifests.
Good Lord.
And the turnbuckle closest to Wusha emanates red-hot flames. Then the one next to it does, and then the one after that, and then the one after that. The flames begin to rotate around and seem to be pressure sensitive. And suddenly you realize this is neither the first nor the last trap this ring has seen.
By all the lords, Dirk, I did it.
My wiener joke from earlier? I knew it. Some wieners are a slow burn.
No, you dolt. The show. I just figured out why I'm so enraptured by this barbaric display of sweaty high saturation machismo.
'Cause it's flippin' rad and you're no square?
No, Dirk. It's opera.
Don't.
I've seen these storylines, these refrains, these costumes before.
Please, Rust, not this.
The lamentations of the warrior poet wrought in violence rather than song. The intros, the personas, the larger-than-life tragedies and victories playing out before our eyes on polygonal stage. This is art. Now! What's that?
You have everything, Rust. You have the style, the sophistication, the beard that smells like special trees.
That's Venomir.
Whatever. The point is, the world lays out the carpet for old Evan Lips every chance it gets, and you sit there moping up a storm. Meanwhile, it's Muggins here who's stuck picking up the emotional slack, listening to you drone on about your art and your history and your literature. I'm sick of it. You come into my house and spew your namby-pamby high society schlock? Nuh-uh! Not today, my friend. I'll be buried 2 meters beneath that icosahedron before I let you besmirch this fine pastime with your sniveling.
Dirk, I had no idea that after all this time, you would have the audacity to step toe to soon-be misshapen stump against the warhead. Can you even fathom the depth to which this rusted pickaxe will put you in the earth? There are songs in the dark, sung by putrid beasts whose flesh has seen neither sun nor stars, whose ululating crescendos will first be heard after long eons by the bloody stumps you once called your ears.
Bring it on, Black Licorice. You're the road tar rubber nuggets at the bottom of a bag of Dirndl Grinder's saltwater taffy, cast out by children across the cosmos, and your fate will be the same as the first of those stink stones. Tentatively gnawed by the bravest kid on the playground, and then spat out like so much rotten egg salad, left to melt on the hot blacktop, untouched even by the ants and the fire gulls.
Bring it on, you no-class clown.
From under cheese,
Boy shorts,
back hair,
literal candy nose,
dead poet fanboy,
mayor of dumb baby town,
childbearing hips.
We're about to witness a planar phenomenon, a keyhole between worlds that only marketing can penetrate. Join me as we glimpse into the Adverse.
Oh, hey there, it's me, your old friend Mac Blockett from Mac Blockett's Extra Legal Imports. Listen up, because we're having a very special one-night and one-night only estate sale. You show up, you pay 10 gold at the door, and anything you can carry is all yours. We've got artwork, furniture, ashes of dead relatives, childhood memorabilia, and don't even get me started on the wine cellar. Mwah! Talk about classy. Take what you can, bring a wheelbarrow, bring a bag of holding for all I care. Head over to 48 Tanswheel Lane tonight between 6 and 10 o'clock. Just look for the busted gate. Prices these low are a real steal. The only crime would be missing out on the savings. You see where I'm going with this.
You there, stop! Hands over your head!
Whoopsie, gotta go. Hope to see you tonight. Remember, you didn't get it from me.
Hey, all you cuties. Oh my gods, who's that coming down the ramp with the chair? It's the mid-roll! Rose City Comic Con is this weekend, so if you don't have tickets by now for our live show at 10 a.m. on Saturday, good luck. We want to see fans there and say hi after the show. We're also having an impromptu meet and greet for fans and friends of the show at Retro Game Bar at 5 p.m. that evening. If you have any questions about the show or the meetup, just reach out to us on Discord. If you have ideas for new Patreon rewards that you'd like to see and that are reasonable for me and Zach's schedules, please let us know. We want to get more people enjoying our bonus content, using our stat blocks and maps, filling out our custom LUQ character sheet PDFs, and so much more. I want to read your name during the midroll and read your meta for your character that you make to join the universe at the top tiers. The newly rearranged legendary teams are the Titans Rise, the Twilight Concord, the Ceaseless Horde, and this week's featured team, the Forgotten Legacy, with Wagon, Insanity, and John Reinhardt. To get a personal message read on the show or for possible advertising opportunities, reach out to admin at Slapdash Studios. Be sure to follow us on Twitch at Slapdash Streams for Monday night live premieres of the LUQ with Mistress Dana. Wednesday or Thursday, me and Zach play Pokemon Soul Link Nuzlocke and have a great time doing it. And we've got more pen pals coming down the line with Dana and her friends. No manuals, no tutorials, no gods. Check out the new Dynamic Combat Entertainment tank tops, shirts, shorts, and hoodies at the merch page. And don't forget to join the Discord. We're one big silly family, and we'd love to see you there. But that's enough out of me. Let's get you back to the battle axes.
Hello, little dearie, darling, dumpling, come and take a look. Your tummy's rumbling. Skin and bones are wasting, creaking, grinding. Look inside my pantry, you'll be finding sweets and sugar pasties, snacks and tasties, coming from the cold away from pasties. Never mind the smell, that's something cooking. Sweets and treats await, just keep on looking. Deeper in the dark, you'll find your quarry. Never mind the bones, you won't be sorry. Look inside the oven, cake and crumble. Let me hold your ankles lest you stumble. Step 'em in the iron, light the fire. Chorus of screams is rising higher. Cook away the skin, the fat is dribbling. Crispy, salty, sweet, just right for nibbling. Half a plate of meat, no veggies for me. Knock upon the door, just who could that be? Hello, little dearie, darling, dumpling, come and take a look. Your tummy's rumbling.
Thick mince and bread hearts, strudel fisk and candy kraut, silt water taffy and grundle gum. What Derry wants, Derry gets. Plump 'em up, nothing too sweet for your little morsel. Take a look in the oven, it won't bite. Dirndl Grinder's nasty snacks. Stick your head in.
Chorus of screams is rising higher. Cook away the skin, the fat is dribbling. Crispy, salty, sweet, just right for nibbling. Half a plate of meat, no veggies for me. Knock upon the door, just who could that be?
Traps have erupted throughout the dice box, and you imagine there are more to come.
After the producers take their turn, it's Fleabag.
All right. Fleabag is going to look to the direction that the two harpoons came from, and he's going to execute his signature move that says, no, down, boy. He's going to charge at Wusha and put his giant paws on Wusha's shoulder and attempt to shove him out of the ring because he's teetering on the edge outside the rope.
Ooh. As he exits threat range, does that mean Hal gets an attack?
You do get an attack of opportunity, but the legal guardian is going to use his reaction and give you disadvantage by putting his red-hot spanking shield between you and the dog.
All right, so I'll take the lower of these two rolls.
That's my best friend.
All right, well, I don't get the 19, but I do get the 16 still.
Yeah, he does have a dog AC.
With a battle axe, that would be 22 to hit, which I assume hits.
Yep, D8.
I am not using another weapon right now, so this is two-handed. Battle axe is versatile. 10 points of slashing damage to Fleabag, which I will write down, and his speed becomes 0.
God damn.
Riptide goes, "Whoa, Sea Dog, sit."
Well, he does not get to do his up, so he will instead take his aggression out on the hand that slaps him with an axe. He'll just take both bites on Hal.
All right.
2 bites coming up hot and fresh.
Come at me, bro.
The first one at Riptide is a 1.
That will, in fact, miss Riptide.
Ooh, his teeth fall out.
Like dentures just slide out.
He's got to throw up something.
He's going to lose his next attack due to the critical failure.
Okay.
He's busy horking up whatever the hell he ate.
Pork up a lighter for the pack of cigarettes.
He's just a sick dog. He's just not doing good. He's got open sores and rib cage sticking out.
Have him yak up an empty prescription bottle.
Perfect.
Okay, so dog did fuck all.
This makes it Flarecles' turn. Also, for the record, Fleabag has taken 49 points of damage. I don't know what his HP is.
I do.
Nobody else is anywhere near that.
Everyone's just kicking the dog.
Yeah. We're fucking this dog.
Flarecles, gripping the handle of her club, says, "Heads all around me. Thou art the image of a toothless hydra." And goes for the bonk. First one is for Hester.
That's pretty appropriate because I'm pretty sure Riptide's going to go for the bong. Drug jokes.
How's an 11?
That does not hit.
And the follow-up against Battle Axe.
As you swing wide, you realize there's something about this creature that seems to be manifesting almost a kind of non-space. Everything seems to fold in wrong at every angle.
That is a 12 to hit Battle Axe.
That is not going to hit. Your weapon skates across the aluminum siding on her chest, sending sparks everywhere, despite the fact that it's a non-iron based metal.
Are you kidding me? I have a +9.
You're making it look good.
Yeah.
After Flaricles is Riptide.
Riptide begins his turn standing adjacent to a turnbuckle, and therefore takes 2d6 fire damage.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
5.
All right. On Riptide's turn, raging, burning, headlocked, holding Brenda's axe, he's going to look at this dog and just be like, all right, pup, it's time for the mommy tsunami. Since I've got her axe, and I'm going to take a reckless attack at the dog. 21 to hit the puppers.
That is a hit.
All right. And he's looking kind of low. I was going to pop a spell slot to smite.
You're going to lose a point. You're not going to get a point on that.
I know I won't get a point on it. Well, I mean, if I deal less than 20, right? I'll probably still go less than 20. I'd have to roll max to go over.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it. 14 points of damage.
That'll do it.
All right.
It won't take him out.
No?
Nope.
Still hanging on by a couple of HP.
That's a pity. That's 14 points of damage to the dog, but with Radiant Consumption active, I put a little extra surf in there, in his turf.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a little extra surf in his turf and deal another 8 points of damage for a total of 22.
That is enough to take the dog out, or so you think.
Because this is a wild shape, revealing the true Fleabag underneath. An even grosser and nastier dog. Also a man. It is a were-dog man.
Oh.
It is a fucking white trash lycanthrope.
That's rabies, man.
The bones crack and crunch, the skin contracts, and it turns back into what looks like a man for a split second, and then it kind of turns back into a dog, except this dog is standing on 2 legs. He is both a lycanthrope and a druid, and his wild shape turns him back into his quote-unquote true form.
Yo, dog, that's fucked up.
He's wearing a fanny pack and cowboy boots, and that's it.
So I should reset his damage? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Does any of the damage carry over to his
5
normal form? Good to know. At the end of Riptide's turn, Riptide, Stepdan, Fleabag, and the Infinite Jester all take 4 additional points of radiant damage. At the end of Riptide's turn, it's Battle Axe Brenda.
Beautiful. She's already standing adjacent to somebody who she really wants to fucking harm, so she's going to use the special action prop to summon another weapon. She gestures her hands towards the audience, and over the top of the magical barrier, you see another battle axe, but this one is absurdly oversized. It seems to be made of some kind of foam. As she catches it, she turns and swings it at Penn.
It's okay, I can't hit shit either.
12, 3, 19.
Ooh, the 3 did it. Yeah, it's 1 hit with the 19.
Perfect.
We can't blame her. She's been chugging Franzia since 7 a.m.
So the first hit is foam, and it bounces off of you like it's nothing. The second hit is foam, and it bounces off of you like it's nothing. The third hit feels like fucking concrete, and it floors you.
Ugh.
That is 18 damage.
Ouch.
She is also going to use her bonus action since she's standing adjacent to her precious little boy. She climbs on top of the disgusting pile of what looks like sheet covering tentacles, and as she gets up to his head, which is crooked down, she kind of reaches into her bra to use mother's milk.
Oh, no!
No!
She grabs an object and pulls out a baba, which she puts in his mouth.
Thank
and he
fucking
begins
goodness.
to suckle.
Thank fucking goodness. Thank you, God.
There's about to be a full cast walkout there.
There's nothing wrong with breastfeeding. Okay.
Exactly.
Unless it's your 35-year-old co-actor.
but mid-combat threw a piss-stained blanket onto your
your 35-year-old.
We're crossing a line.
Your 35-year-old betentacled son. There's
Look, I'm not going to put something that disgusting in the show. Come on, guys. Give me some credit. I checked with Law first, and he said that was crossing a line.
That's bonus content for Patreon. Come on now.
As long as it's very clear the bottle is full of her milk.
It's like drinking milk through an ashtray.
That's ridiculous. He's lactose intolerant. It's soy milk. So he is going to recover 3d8 damage.
Oh, well, that'll put him most likely back to 0.
Yeah, that's 15.
Okay, yeah, he's fully healed.
And that is the end of her turn. Oh, wait, sorry, excuse me. Come on, baby, have yourself a little suckle. Oh, you're going to feel so much better.
Is it shit talk if it just makes me feel like shit?
That makes it the Whaler.
All right, I got a plan. The Whaler is all about taking big risks. He's going to lumber over next to the spinning buzzsaw and say, "Time to reel in that catch. Come here, Squidly." I'm going to take my harpoon, my magic harpoon, and I'm going to throw it at Squid Kid. That is a 20 total versus his AC.
That is definitely a hit.
Fantastic. Is he at full HP?
He is.
Okay. Then I don't get my bonus damage. Ooh, but I do get 11 damage total. Then I am going to use my bonus action to try to reel him into the spinning blade.
Awesome.
So I believe we have to make opposed athletics checks.
Well, he's not good at it.
This is what happens when the piss hits the fan.
But he does still manage to get a 15, which isn't bad.
Hey.
I got a 23.
Yeah, that's going to do it. As you begin to pull, you realize that the tentacles that seem to hold him up don't really have the muscle on land to keep him stable. And so you pull him out of his weird, soupy blackness that he has manifested for his arms of Bladar and directly toward the spinning blades.
With each tug, I look over my shoulder and say, "Oi, Riptide, you like sashimis?"
Yeah, bro, keel haul that squid.
He takes 10 damage, slashing, as you drag him into the saw blades. The tentacles wildly swing up to try and catch them, but obviously, tentacles are not designed to stop saw blades.
Yeah, that
no one would debate this.
Since he's right up next to me, I am going to tuck in to my spear and start body blowing the crap out toward him using my signature move, Tharmy Blows.
Awesome. Awesome.
But it's not very good. That's a 15.
That'll hit.
Oh, hell yeah.
His armor class is bedsheet.
And Penn missed him thrice.
That's going to be 8 damage total. Oh, plus my Colossus Slayer ability, which is going to add another 6, which is going to make 14 because I can do math.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. How much damage has he taken?
He went from uninjured to 35 points injured this round.
Beautiful.
Which makes him the most damaged of their team.
Brood?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, brood.
That's it. That's it for the Whaler. I got my catch.
Great turn.
All right. That makes it the Sheet's turn.
As he sees his own blood, flesh, and the viscera of his tentacles thrown about, he seems to summon a kind of unearthly courage. He throws the sheet back, and you realize he is sitting on top of an eldritch horror. The tentacles rise and writhe, pulling the denizen of the deep from what seems to be a magical hole in the ground, drawing it to its full mass.
Go, Mr. Thirsty. Eat 'em. Suck 'em dry.
Uh-oh.
I'm Mr. Thirsty.
I hate that. Why? Why is that the voice?
You gave me a fucking parademon named Mr. Thirsty.
I gave it to you. And
that
I
lives in
hate
a kid's piss bed.
Call me Miss Uncomfortable.
Oh, yes.
Please add Mr. Thirsty to the initiative order.
If y'all didn't know, HP stands for Hot Piss Love Griffin.
At 15.
Okay. Added.
He will, however, take his turn now.
Mr. Thirsty go now?
He do.
Mr. Thirsty gonna go.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's just gonna unload his tentacles the hot, wet, slightly stingy slaps of them. Two of them coming down on the whaler.
I'm gonna drink you up, Mr. Tasty.
Oh no. One good, one bad. One very bad. How many ones will Law roll today? I don't know. We're looking at an 18 for the first attack.
18's a hit.
A 1.
One is a miss.
I'm imagining a wide arcing tentacle comes a little over your head and then just carves off on the...
He will, in fact, take the saw blade damage, which is 15.
Wow.
They do 4d6 damage. These are big-ass saw blades.
And his third attack is labeled as a bite, but it's definitely going to be more of an intense suck.
You know how sometimes you'll take kind of a jelly thing and you'll suck on it and it literally just pulls right through with that kind of a delta P. It's like that.
Yeah, like you're eating a grape and you like snip the skin and suck out the eyeball from within. Yeah.
Okay. Another one.
Holy shit.
What the fuck are my dice?
Same team, buddy.
I'm sorry. Krakens have disadvantage to attack the whaler.
That's another 14 damage.
He just sucked a saw blade.
All right, well, that puts Mr. Thirsty up to 29 points.
Why would you summon me here?
I did get hit by one of those attacks.
Correct.
Oh, roll that back.
4 bludgeoning damage.
Fucking God.
I'll take
Brenda has rolled 3 2s and 2 3s, and you have rolled fucking 1s. This is embarrassing.
It's all staged.
The Sheet's whole turn was summoning Mr. Thirsty, right?
That's his action. Yeah.
All right, and now with Mr. Thirsty being done, that means we have concluded this round and are back at the top with the Infinite Jester, followed by Steely Dan.
The Infinite Jester, watching the horrors unfold in front of him, is going to stop juggling, grab all 3 heads, and clutch them as if stuffed toys. Then crouch down almost into a fetal position, a duck and cover position, inviting Fleabag to attack him. As the claws get closer and closer, Fleabag is going to hear as the Infinite Jester is going to use his signature maneuver, Boom Buffoon, to pop up like a jumping jack in the box with 2 daggers going in a cross upward slash.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
First, bean footage. Oh my God. That's a 28 to hit.
That's very good.
So we'll put that one. I've got the Riptide next to me. So sneak attack. 14, 15, 21, but I get to reroll that. So 20, 24 points.
That is under the mark.
Piercing
We are at
damage.
round 3.
It is. It's round 3 now.
Good.
I don't know how I'm going to get over that now.
That puts Fleabag up to 33 points taken.
And then a bonus action attack. That is a 23 to hit.
That'll do it.
For 2 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, baby.
Sick.
Fleabag and the Sheet are now tied at 35 points of damage apiece.
At which point, behind Fleabag, on top of a flaming turnbuckle, Nepet is going to appear and do a frog splash on top of the legal guardian. That is going to do 6 points of necrotic damage. And 1 second. Insult loading.
If all dogs are supposed to go to heaven, and you're neither dog nor man, where do you go?
Go to hell.
Ah.
In front of your family, I'm already there.
After the Infinite Jester, it is Step Dan, followed by the audience, producers, arena, etc.
All right. The crowd, I'm going to take a little liberty here, pardon me. Crowd goes nuts as 2 mysterious figures charge in from one of the entrance halls. 2 dicers with a reputation of their own, one of which a halfling wearing the cloak and cowl of a wolf over his head with 2 iron claws. He is known as Low Blow. Clashes his claws together and says,
Send them to me, man. I'll ruin the kidneys.
and the other one, a tall, broad-chested, oiled man with rippling muscles. His entire costume is a Speedo and a doctor's white coat and a stethoscope. He has a huge two-handed hammer in his hands, and he is known as Dr. Malpractice.
Oh my god.
I'm prescribing you with 40 cc's of cold iron.
He smashes the hammer into the ground, and with that, Step Dan is going to attempt a finisher on Halifon Orison Jr. and says,
In my house, you play by my rules. I'm kicking you out.
and he's already got you by the head. He's going to grab your crotch, lift you over his head, and attempt a benediction eviction and throw you out of the ring towards his violent friends, which I assume is another opposed athletics.
It is.
Okay.
Which of these shitty betrayal dice will I roll this time? Please, Karma, make up for the difference. Not so bad. Not so bad. Total of 21.
Total of 25.
Ooh, yeah.
Zachary Barkus.
Mm-hmm.
May I attempt a reversal?
That's what I was hoping for.
Absolutely can.
All right. I need to roll again, yeah?
Yeah, you need to roll a
Okay.
skill check appropriate to the situation.
All right. So what I'd like to do is he's trying to throw me. I'd like to grab onto the rope and just kind of wrap my legs around him and hurl him out of the ring instead.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
Go acrobatics?
Yeah.
Acrobatics. Not my best skill. It's a 2 on the die. Total is 6.
Sweet mercy. That's fair.
It wasn't a 1.
It wasn't a 1.
I'm going to assume this doesn't work.
As you try to wiggle out of it and try to wrap around him, he grabs you by the head and throws you anyway. The impact as you collide with the magical barrier wouldn't be so bad, but that magic is not designed to be friendly. And so, as you sizzle and fry on the wall, your HP drops to 0, and you fall to the ground.
Wow.
Please roll me death saves until you either succeed or fail.
Okay.
Man, don't touch the electric fence.
15, then 7, then 17, and 15 again.
You are back on your feet with 1 HP.
Yep.
But you're going to be down there for a minute until your next round. So the crispy fried surfer dude is just floored on the ground outside of the ring.
Yeah, guys, don't attempt reversals. It's a fucking terrible idea.
Wait, an acrobatics check?
Yeah.
It's a risky maneuver. It would have been huge if you pulled it off.
Had no idea. The consequence for failing was the finisher happens anyway.
Yeah, it would have been athletics if you had done something more athletic, but you did something acrobatics. So I was like, all right.
I guess that's fair. All right. After Step Dance, the lair.
Beautiful. The crowd is going absolutely buck wild. You are not far from your target number. You imagine that with one more solid round or with a few well-placed finishers, you might be able to close this battle out.
No action?
Nope.
All right. After that is Fleabag.
Fleabag.
And then Flare, please.
Fleabag is going to lunge at the Infinite Jester with his bite attack. He's going to attempt to steal a ball. I love it. So he's just going to do what would you call this roll to try to just snatch one of these juggled balls out of the air?
I'd say you're trying to attack him, but you're just specifically trying to attack his real head.
Okie doke, that makes sense to me. 26.
Oh shit!
What?
Dog love ball.
Dog
love ball. Yeah. So he snatches. I'll let you choose which of these heads.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and have you roll 1d6
yes, indeed.
on a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the wrong head, and on the last 2, it's the right one.
So we want a 5, 6 for good head. 3.
Oh, bad head is the worst.
Gaspar hasn't given good head in a long.
You managed to grab one of the heads, but it's not quite the one you wanted.
Look, the worst head I ever got. Pretty good. And then with his 2 man hands, he's just going to dig his claws into your fancy clothes. A Schwango. 19 and 18 are my rolls.
Both are going to hit.
Sweet. It's dog time.
I'm taking you to the dog pound. Town.
7 and 6.
Okay.
And he rips your blouse.
The Infinite Jester is going to use a uncanny dodge and have one of those.
Against the uncanny dog.
Against this uncanny dog, yes. And unfortunately, that just means you rip more of my blouse and less of my skin.
Even worse.
All right. He still has with the ball in his mouth, too. So he's like, ignoring the dagger completely.
After Fleabag is Flericles.
The core of Flericles' club begins to heat up, become red hot, become like embers. And then the club ignites itself on fire. Tell me, mortal, doth thy numerous cigarette burns grant you resistance to fire? And then Flericles is going to use her signature move, Hydra's Bane. That is a 23.
That'll hit.
The Hydra's Bane deals 26 damage, and Battle Axe is pushed back 10 feet.
Hell yeah.
10 feet, you say?
Oh my god. Now, would you like to knock her out of the ring, or would you like to bounce her off the ropes?
I want to bounce her off the ropes and grab her and lift her up. What roll is that?
You're going to go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
I sure wish I had some guidance. Well, I guess you gave me one good roll, you piece of crap. That's a net 4, which makes that a 7.
Oh. You bounce her off the ropes, and instead of picking her up, she clotheslines you.
Last person picked me up left me with 3 extra kids. I don't need no more of that mess.
That's why I left immediately.
In that case, that is it.
All right.
After Flericles, it's Riptide. All right. Riptide is lying on the ground, still sizzling from the electric fence that he was thrown into. Having experienced that, it's time to end this with Stepdan. He is going to activate his Radiant Soul ability as a swell of water in this format surges underneath him. I summon a prop from the audience as a surfboard drops down.
All right.
Hal hangs 10 on this surfboard as he goes flying towards Steely Dan, still holding the battle axe, and uses his finisher, Surf Gourd.
Oh, Jesus. Lord have mercy.
Or I should say attempts his finisher, Surf Gourd. And this is just an attack roll to hit, right?
That it is.
All right. Reckless.
Get down from there. That's dangerous.
Thank God. How's a 25 to hit?
That definitely
Stepdan?
does it.
All right.
Stepdan drops to 0 HP as you gore him through his very not gory body. Gears and chunks go flying everywhere. No blood to speak of, but some oil and some hydraulic fluid.
The water dissipates as Riptide stands upon his surfboard in the arena.
Like so many good husbands, a lot of his parts are interchangeable. So all of the sockets just kind of pop out like a Rock'em Sock'em robot. His head's still like complaining, but he's unconscious.
All right.
End of your turn?
That is the end of Riptide's turn and brings us to Battle Axe.
Yeah, my husband. I can't believe you hurt my husband.
Not as much as you probably do every day.
But with that, a sudden, gnarly dad rock ballad bursts through the sound system as a great Goliath of a man steps onto the ramp. His thick canvas pants are weathered tan and stained with tree sap. His blue plaid shirt shows years of hard wear. His red plaid jacket is lined with chainmail, and yet still the sleeves are somehow rolled up to the elbows, with white long john sleeves borne over them. His unkempt black hair is tucked under a plaid huntsman's hat, and where his onyx beard is shaved regularly, blue stubble makes an early appearance. Yet, what stands out most are his eyes, brilliant green, literally shining with the wild fury of the forest. Oh my God! It's Lumberjackson the Gladiator! I can't believe it! He's still alive! He's still alive!
You what? I can't believe my husband's still alive.
I ain't your husband no more. I'm here to bring the smackdown on the woman who got me killed.
I'm still here for you, my love.
You shut your mouth, you tin can!
The Gladiator comes running down full bore. He kicks the rope, throwing his wife forward onto the ring. He lifts his silvered axe and drops it down on top of her. That is a hit with his finisher. As he runs up, he missile drop kicks his wife down onto the canvas, then climbs to the top of the turnbuckle and activates his finisher, the Widowmaker. And like the very branches from which the move gets its name, he comes down hard on top of her head with his silvered axe. And that is a 23, which is more than enough to do it. Her HP is dropped to 0 as Brenda the Battle Axe Berkowitz is silenced.
The drama.
He will be taking Brenda's spot in the initiative.
It is/was her turn. So
awesome. And that is him doing his job. Next up
is Mr. Thirsty, which I hate to say. This is the first time I've had to say it, and I don't like it.
Oh, yeah, I'm so thirsty. Gonna give you a sucking.
He's going to lead with a suck bite on the whaler. That is a 19.
A 19 will hit.
Sweet. I need you to make me a Constitution save.
Oh, fuck a do. All right, hold on.
You're going to get piss poisoned.
Oh, no. Fucking no, I won't. 19 total.
Ooh, nice. So you're good on that. You do take 15 piercing damage.
I am going to use my reaction to use my Stone's Endurance and reduce that by 4.
Nice. He just sucks a chunk out of you like boba. Gives you get a death hickey right on your shoulder.
We ain't getting that back.
And then as he's mid-suck, he's just going to give you 2 like dirty, cheap gut shots with his tentacles balled up into big fists.
Don't let him finish. He'll crush you on his forehead.
18 and 25.
So I have a fun new ability that became relevant right now since he's using a multi-attack against me, and his first attack hit, my AC goes up by 4 for all subsequent attacks.
Oh.
Meaning the 18 will miss, but the 20 fucking huge won't.
Okay. You take 11 bludgeoning damage right to your little poonch, your little gun.
I'm hurt. That sucks.
You got thirstied.
I got real thirsty.
Was that it for Mr. Thirsty?
Thankfully, yes.
All right. That makes it the whaler's turn.
At the beginning of the whaler's turn, he needs to make a wisdom save from Thirsty's gibbering.
Oh, no.
He's right next to your ear just whispering like, you taste real good.
I hate him. I hate him so much. That's a crit.
Hey.
The pain helps you ignore the gibbering.
Oi, Riptide, this Kraken's yakking. All right. The whaler continues to be all about risks, and I know this is going to lose me a little bit of points, but I have to go to the ropes to use my finisher.
That's okay.
Am I provoking any opportunity attacks as I go? I left 2 threatened areas.
I mean, Thirsty's going to take another tentacle at you.
Bring it on.
That is 24.
That'll hit.
6 bludgeoning. Oof. And it's actually just a slap on the ass as you run past.
Ooh! Hester the Yellow Sheet is a battlecaster. He's going to go ahead and use Eldritch Blast against you.
Right in the Eldritch ass.
Mm-hmm. He lets out 2 yellow, wet blasts of Eldritch Energy.
Why wouldn't
split
they
the
be?
stream?
Eldpiss Blast.
The first one is a 25?
25 hits.
Okay, perfect. And the next one is a 16.
16 does not hit.
Marvelous. So you're going to be taking 1d10. That's 5 damage.
Ow. It was worth it.
It's a held it blast.
An Eldritch Slash.
As I run toward the ropes, I'm going to put my hand down in the water that you came in on, and I'm going to suck it into my body. Ugh. We've taken on water. Time to upend this cask. And I'm going to use my finisher called Upend the Cask. So I'm going to go to the ropes, pull myself down on it, and try to slingshot myself in like a mortar up and then down on top of the yellow sheet while using shape water to increase the density forward in my body.
I fucking love it. Go ahead and roll me the attack.
All right. You want an attack roll for this?
That'd be a ranged attack roll.
All right. Sick. I'm really good at those.
You're finally going to wash his sheets.
I'm really bad at those.
Oh, no.
Fuck my whole ass. That's a 10.
You have any way of giving yourself a bonus on this one?
Would it be a strength ranged attack?
Do we have glory points for this?
You do. You are currently being spectated and you never take off your bracelet.
Sick. How many glory points would I need to use to re-roll this?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one? Cool with the team?
I think this is an excellent time and use.
All right, I'm going to burn that shit. Let's
Hell yeah.
fucking go. Slightly better. That is a 16.
That is definitely a hit. Yes. You launch upwards into the sky and come crashing down on this weird little piss boy. You hear ribs break, you hear shoulders crack, and you feel his skull slap up against the ground, and suddenly he is no more.
I'm going to pull myself back up and swipe off the yellow stains and be like, well, I think that'll wash out. That's it. That's it for the whaler.
Better way to take the piss out of him.
The crowd cries, "Whaler! Whaler! Whaler! Whaler!"
I'm going to turn to the crowd and I'm going to do our team taunt, which means I'm going to start the wave.
It begins and starts going around the entire orb theater and just keeps going.
Yes. I started the maelstrom.
Yeah. You have met your target number.
Nice.
Yes.
As soon as the piss boy is crushed, Mr. Thirsty is swallowed back up underneath the sheet.
If we're back at the top, it is the Infinite Jester.
Since Fleabag is already enjoying one treat, the Infinite Jester is going to pantomime pulling a treat out of his oversized sleeve.
Look here. I have your mother's love.
And once he gets his attention, instead it will just be the Voltrap head. And the Infinite Jester is going to use his finishing maneuver, the Leer. And as Fleabag locks eyes with the head, it is going to show him the infinite cosmos all the way down to the last little particle of dust that makes him up. And when the single tear begins to form in the Fleabag's eye, I'm going to kick him in the shin.
Savage.
That is a 23 to hit.
That more than hits. He begins to well with tears in his eyes, and he kind of looks at you somberly. And then when you kick him...
Oh, what the hell?
Huh! It was supposed to go up.
As the head in his mouth, Fleabag's mouth explodes.
Jesus Christ. It takes off most of his fucking... It takes off the top of his skull, leaving the bottom jaw just kind of hanging below.
But it's confetti.
Exactly.
It says happy 51st Ophidian.
The crowd screams at the top of their lungs. Some of them are chanting your name. Some of them are chanting Wuxia. Everyone is on their feet and screaming. And that's just the beginning of the night for these people. From the ground, all of your opponents put themselves back together by some magical means and start limping away from the ring as Dirk Bradley comes out and raises your hands in victory. Infinite Jester, how does it feel to get the finishing blow on that mangy man dog?
It feels like nothing. The way everything does.
Wow, that's a bummer. What about you, Whaler? How you feeling?
A heavy splash down and the first time that kid's laundry's ever been done. I'm going to take a nice long bath after this, and I bloody earned it.
Absolutely. And what about you, Flericles? How you feeling?
Flericles is leaning over the ropes, one leg kicked up, twirling her hair, trying to chat with the Platiator.
Okay.
You know, I fought the giant tree once. I like your cologne.
That's just my natural musk and beaver glands.
Oh, I think we're done here. She hops the rope into his arms.
Riptide, you've got my energy down to a T. How you feeling tonight?
You know, Dirk, I'm not gonna lie. That wall hurt more than any of them did. And I'm gonna just kind of give him a hang loose and then put my hand on my chest and lay on hands myself for my full pool.
It's absolutely fair. That was one hell of a match, but this is just the beginning for tonight's dynamic combat entertainment.
And the Planiator comes out of nowhere to deliver the killing blow to the battle axe. Now that's what I call a house divided.
Chalk up a win for the... Do they have a name? I never got their name.
Even if they did, it doesn't matter. We'll probably never see them in the dice box again.
Oh, for real? Not even once for like a special episode?
Nope, never. And we'll just have to live with it because all things in life are temporary, and if we can enjoy the time we've had to bask in their joys without demanding more, then we are not but fussy children throwing a tantrum in the supermarket of the cosmos.
Fair enough, but we've got more pulse-pounding, soul-enriching, high art, high fart, pain-tingling action to come on Dynamic Combat Entertainment.
And we're clear.
Whew! Hot diggity dog. That'll get their weenies roasting.
Dirk, if you want a hot dog, go get a hot dog.
In a minute. So, we gonna throw down in the box or what?
I'm not going to have sex with you, Dirk. Weird.
What? No! I mean, the hype and hostility. Final showdown between Dirk Danger and the Warhead. The fans are gonna be itching jocularly to watch us go to Pound Town. Stuff each other's... Put a fist...
Finally starting to hear it?
Oh yeah, big time.
Ha! I see what you're getting at. But probably better not to delve down that rabbit hole.
But the fans...
That's exactly who I'm doing this for. These people want the hype, the concept. They want to champ at the bit, but once they're off to the races, nothing the real world could offer would be as satisfying as the spectacle of their own imaginations and anticipations.
Huh. I, never thought about it like that.
Plus, we can milk this for years before I put you down like a rapidly ripping garbage bag.
Bring it on, nerd!
Famous last words, you bag of chowder.
Dice. Woosha, thank you for getting the wave going. I also had that idea.
Hell yeah.
The bad rolls.
Same level.
They were pretty fucking brutal.
God.
Tonight.
Oh
Damn.
my gosh. Statistically unlikely.
Yeah, the dice did not giveth, only taketh away.
I hope Law got all of it out during that, because if he's in his little solo adventure rolling like that, he's in trouble.
I mean, your roles added to the drama, right? Sometimes you just want to see the two people sparring off, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We got favorite momos.
Oh, geez. There were a lot of momos.
My absolute favorite, 100% no question, was the Infinite Jester just stealing the axe and completely robbing her of all of her moves for the rest of the encounter.
Don't talk about me that way.
You're my favorite. Deal with it.
Infinite Jester was 100% like the energy, the funny, the voice. Like it was a total package in this episode.
Amazing.
I like Mr. Thirsty. I think that was the redemption arc. That was the hero's journey for our boy Yellow Sheet.
I can't wait to forget everything about that character.
I was going to say,
That's
I think
true.
you were probably the one and only person who liked Mr. Thirsty.
Oh, once again, it redeemed the Yellow Sheet just slightly because it explained some stuff just a little bit. I feel like that was the missing link. Because yes, the Yellow Sheet, Hester.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was an uncomfortable space to be. Yeah. Yeah.
But now that you know that he's got an imaginary friend / under the bed monster that's a literal eldritch horror, his whole vibe makes more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it totally authorizes it. I don't know.
I love the idea of a warlock patron whose price is all of your piss.
No! so much as a single fucking drop lands in the toilet, it's game over.
I don't, but I could use a fourth patron, and nobody's asked for my piss yet.
You better start believing in eldritch horror stories, because urinal. Wait.
Ugh.
I was a big fan of the whaler using the ropes to launch the harpoon. I thought that
it's such a good visual.
Let's turn the arena into a ballista. That sounds like fun.
Zach gave us a lot of fucking tools to use in this encounter, and it was fucking nuts.
I feel bad because I usually don't favorite moment something I was involved in, but having to come up with a wrestler persona based on a stepdad, I had a lot of fun with.
So good.
Yeah.
The dryer tubing sheets, the dryer tubing sleeves really fucking got me.
I hope to God to see some fucking fan art of any of these characters, but particularly Step Dan.
I could live without seeing Yellow Sheet.
Yeah. That'll be the only character we get fan art of.
Hurley's working on it right
now. There'll be 16. It'll be worse. Somebody will cosplay a Yellow Sheet.
Yes.
Oh, God. It's such an easy, horrible cosplay.
The casualist of cosplay.
Turmeric nightmare.
We're going to go to Rose City Comic Con for the live show this year and just...
Yeah.
That's our cosplay.
It's just going to be a sea of yellow sheets.
Yeah, it's just all going to be yellow sheets.
Well, I mean, that's probably worth mentioning. We'll be at Rose City Comic Con soon.
We are going to be at Rose City Comic Con probably before this episode airs, unfortunately. The last one would have been the one to mention it.
Okay.
We are going to be in
All
Rose
have
City...
been mentioning it in the mid-roll, so that's okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's going to be Saturday, September 10th, I believe, at 10 a.m. I don't know what room we're in off the top of my head, but I'm sure that's going to be in the mid-roll. Please check again if you don't know it. If you're in Portland, or hell, if you just want to make a trip only to hear our live show, please do. I'd love to have you.
Just not in Yellow Sheet cosplay.
For me, the MVP was definitely Max. Your overall, your improvisations, your combat prowess was amazing, but a close fucking second is Gaspar. That was the Infinite Jester fucking was top shelf, and I fucking love it. Honestly, everybody here was fantastic, and I wildly appreciate it.
A special shout out, I think, to Flaricles for not getting to use any of her cool moves because she kept rolling so bad.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. And I know there was a little bit pressure on that last round to use a finishing move, but I'm just my finishing move uses the three beasts from my other signature moves. And nobody's seen any of them.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I mean, this was fucking fantastic. I really had a fun time doing it, and y'all just carried it. Without you, this would have been, without me, nothing would have been different. But without y'all, I couldn't have done it. I want to thank
sitting here playing with pieces on a board by yourself.
Yeah. I want to thank Hediger the Editor for editing this particularly difficult and very long episode. And I want to thank Bree Golden for this fucking amazing combat fucking dice box map.
It's really good, gang. It's really good.
If you want to see more of that, and if you want to get access to this map itself, please go to our Patreon. And until next time, we wish you luck.